Hi, it's Shelly with Slide Vinyls Fun Creations and welcome back to my channel. On this channel we'll have fun creating things using some of my favorite tools like the Silouette and the Glowforge. Today I will show you how I make these Christmas tags for Christmas presents. Let's get to work. I am now in the Silouette Studio Business Edition software, and I pulled in my gift tag as well as these two Christmas trees, and I'll tell you why later while I have two. These Christmas trees are coordinating with my Christmas tree napkin rings. If you haven't checked out that video, please do so. Okay, so I want my tag to have the words to and from. I've clicked on the A on the left, that's the text box, and I'll click on the A on the right to get my text style. I'm using the Baskerville Old Face for this particular project. Click on it, and I will type the word to in a colon, and I will do the same process. Click on the A, click on the A on the right and type from, and this is really large, so I need to make it smaller. And I can also show you, like, I can change this to different fonts to kind of play around to see which ones I like, but I'm using Baskerville today. And I will drag it over onto my tag, click on one of the boxes on the bottom right so I can make it a little bit smaller. I like that. I'll do the same with the word from. Make it a little bit smaller. And like that. Alright, and now I will grab one of my Christmas trees and I will click on the tree and drag it. Let me zoom in for a bit. I'm going to scoot over my Christmas tree. I'm using my left arrow to move it over. I want to make my Christmas tree in the center. You can see here I'm just choosing the tip of the star and dragging it over. And what I would like to do is form an offset. So let's get rid of this textile box, and I'll click on the star, that's the offset panel. And let's click on the tree and make sure I have that highlighted. Once I have the offset panel open, I will click on the word offset. You can also do an internal offset, but for this project I'm doing an offset just on the outside. I have it set just for the automatic setting of 0.125, and that's quite large. I'm not really crazy about how that looks, so I will use the bottom arrow button to make that offset smaller. If I do know the size I want, I can actually type that in here, but I'm just kind of eyeballing it here. I'll click on that. I like the 0.75, so I will click on apply. There we go. So now I have this nice thick offset on the side, and I want this tree and the tag to be one piece. Right now it's layered on two pieces, and I want the actual middle of the tree to be taken out. So I will weld those two pieces together, and let me highlight the tag as well as the Christmas tree. And this is the weld feature button. It's the rectangle and the circle together, and I'll click on weld, and you'll see my Christmas tree disappears. And that's exactly what I want, because I also have saved a duplicate here, and I will just drag that area and drag it up, and that way the Glowforge will recognize this outside as a cut piece as well as the Christmas tree as a cut piece. And this squiggly line area will be remaining. The Glowforge recognizes things by color or commands, and I want my to and my from to be a different color because I will actually be engraving those. So I'm highlighting, clicking and dragging over both, and I will just choose a different color. It doesn't really matter what color, but I'm just choosing blue for this, and that will let a Glowforge know that I want this to be a different command, or I want, in this case, to be engraved. And now I will click on the A again, and I will type I'm just duplicating it with my blocks, and I will double click and young and duplicate that, drag it down, double click, family. Now that I see that, I like that, but I want to change it to a different font, so I will click on the text style, and I'm just scrolling down. I like the font called Mrs. It's a script font. I'll zoom in for a bit. Now I have my words the, young, and family, and I need to weld this together because everywhere you see the red lines that are overlapping, that will cut, and I want it to be one piece. So what I'll do is I'll click on one word at a time and click on the symbol weld. It's the rectangle in the circle, and then I'll group this together because I want it all to stay together. Because the Y, for example, and the T and the F, or the T and the Y are not actually touching, so it will be separated, but I want it to all be together, otherwise it can cut out separately. So what I'm doing is welding this together and then grouping it together, the object and group, and then I'll do the same thing with the word family. I'll weld it, and when you weld and group, don't forget the little dots for the eyes, and you can tell that it's not grouped because the little dot has a square around it, and that's how you know it's not together. So I'll group that, and now it's like one piece. And I will highlight all by clicking and dragging down, and I want all of them to be centered. There we go. And since they're all highlighted, I can click and drag. That's quite large, so let's make it a little bit smaller. There. And I want it to be, let me drag on the whole thing and group it. I want it to be scored, so I will make this another color so the Glowforge knows that I want a different command. That looks quite similar, so let's just pick purple. I like purple. And then on the two, I will put the name, so we will be giving a gift. Let's try this thing. It's my little brother, and we'll click on the A, and the font is Baskerville Old Fashioned. You can see that here, but I want it to be Mrs. so it can match. I can scroll down and click on Mrs. or I can type it in the top. So there we go. Again, the letters are overlapping, but I want them to be one solid piece because I don't want each word or each letter to be engraved separately. And I will group everything together as well as the dot for the eye. And let's group that and drag it, make it smaller. And that's it. And when Glowforge recognizes things, it recognizes it as an SVG, and that's what I like about the Silouette Business Edition, because when you do save things, you can save it to the hard drive. Click on this bottom arrow to save the file type as an SVG, and this is a Christmas tag. I already have it saved. I don't need to save it again, but that's how I do it. Glowforge calls this the magic button. I call it my money button because every time I hit this button, I save money. This job will take 2 minutes and 6 seconds. Let's get to work. All done. And here you have it. I have removed the masking tape and added a bow made of this twine. You can get several feet of it and it can last a long way. I cut about 12 inches for this particular bow. You can make yours longer if you want. Let me know what you think. Love it, love it, love it. If you had fun watching and you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, subscribe down below, and don't forget to hit that bell notification so that you can be notified each and every time I upload a new video. If you would like to save up to $500 on your Glowforge, please use my special discount referral code. I'll leave a link down below. Also, to those of you who've used my code, I am truly grateful for you. If you would like to see me do other videos like this, let me know in the comment section down below. Also, follow me on Instagram. Until next time, thank you so much for watching. Love it, love it, love it.